we could put a lid on the NFL right now because we could talk about some basketball, sad news in basketball at that. The defensive legend, and that's what he is, Dikembe Mutombo passes away from brain cancer at 58 years old. I saw a couple of years ago when they talked about how they was treating him for a brain tumor in Atlanta. I think I might have seen a picture or a video of him a while back too. I was like, he don't look that bad. But apparently that inner battle you're continuing to have after being diagnosed and going through treatment, he couldn't get past it.
Yeah, so, we're no spring chickens. We've lost, some of our favorite players. Like when Walter Payton passed away, I was devastated. I was still a kid when Lenny Bias passed away. That one, that killed me. When players that you don't really follow that much, you feel bad for their fans or their family and fans, friends, whatever. But it doesn't really hit you. This one hit me, man. Dikembe is a good guy. He was a good guy. Yeah,
exactly. A good guy off the court.
Everything he tried to do in his homeland of Africa, opening hospitals and the humanitarian he was. I mean, the world lost a good one.
Yeah, that's what he was. That's it. You can talk about his basketball because we know him because of basketball, but what he had done as a person, if you would have probably known him even better because of that, if you just ran into him in everyday life, not knowing he was a basketball player. I remember talking about his intelligence when I was doing a basketball show about 2 years ago. He was one of the guys I brought up because I was talking about a Mount Rushmore of coaches, and I had John Thompson as one of my coaches, and he played for John Thompson. And I remember how they talked about how intelligent he was, at one point called the most intelligent guy in the NBA. And you think about it and you see what he has done. He knew 9 different languages. He had a dual degree at Georgetown as a student, not just as a basketball player. Because as you know, athletes and students can get 2 different course loads. And this guy came into a school as competitive as Georgetown and did well. I mean, as a regular student, dual degrees in linguistics and diplomacy in Georgetown. And then, going back to the languages and all of that stuff that he had done. Intelligent, and then the humanitarian work, the hospitals, just everything, man. And, you showed me a picture earlier about what you will remember about him. And that was when the
lasting memory I have.
I remember that, man. So you showed the picture.
When they won Game 5 and he's on the floor holding the ball, celebrating, just screaming.
Ball, man.
I'll never forget that.
You get chills thinking about it now, man. But
I saw a video of him today. He was talking. People talk about, in his Cookie Monster voice.
Cookie Monster voice. People talk about me all the time.
People talking. Jordan dunked on me. He's like, it took him 7 years for one dunk. Come on, man. It's like, all shot blockers get dunked on, but it took him 7 years. It's not like the first game. He got me the first game. No, he got lucky one time, is what he said. I was cracking up.
He played for 18 years, man. I think that gets lost as well. It's like the good die young, and I guess the older they get, the younger they are because we're getting old along with them. The young, he's not too far removed from what we are. And we're like, man, the young guy died. We were 20 years old. We're like, man, that old dude passed away. We just say it like that. But what
I saw Shannon Sharp say, when we're 20, we're in our 20s, we think 55, 58, that's old. He's like, but now that I'm at this age, it's like, man, it's not old. We want to die healthy. Age healthy.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he got brain cancer. Two middle fingers to cancer, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been taking people away for decades. It doesn't look like it's slowing down at all. Man, and I don't want to say out of all people, why Dikembe? Because if it wasn't him, it was going to be someone else. And you don't want that to go for someone else either. You don't want them to go through it because you see what people go through when that kind of thing happens, regardless of whatever cancer it is. Man, it's a tenuous battle to say the least. And it'll suck the life out of you as you go through it. And when it ultimately gets to its final stage, and nothing you can do.
Let me just expand on something. Because I said when he was celebrating Game 5, it was a 5-game series. People listening and watching be like, why is he celebrating Game 5? Like they just won. It was a 5-game series.
Yeah. Before
And
they
I
started
think
getting more
they
money
were,
made in second
and
games.
the Nuggets were the 8th seed, so that was a monumental.
Yeah, exactly. The Nuggets were the AC, man. That was no one expected them to win that freaking.
Right.
Man, you're the AC. They normally don't expect you to win. And I just looked at the elation he had and celebration that he had holding the basketball on the floor. You know what I mean? Holding the ball. Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's what he said. Now Dikembe's gone, man. You know, I always, and when I think about Georgetown, I always think about four guys, and those are the same four guys. AI is one of those guys too you think about. But when you think about the big men that came through there, because John Thompson was a big man as well, a big man in life, a big man on the court, played with those Celtics teams years ago before coming to Georgetown. And then you think about Alonzo Mourn and Patrick Ewing and Dikembe Mutombo. You're talking about royalty there, man.